Model 3 is officially available for everyone to configure. The long-awaited China Gigafactory announcement is finally here. Model 3 performance models are heading to stores for test drives, and we look at the new landscape of EV tax credits in the US and Canada. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 422 for July 13th, 2018. We start the show today with a monumental development in the life of the Model 3. Not quite a year after the first deliveries at the handover event, Model 3 is now available for everyone to configure in the design studio. Gone are the days when we just had to make the assumption of ordering today meant a car in probably 18 to 24 months. Now, the worst of it, according to the online design studio, is a 3 to 5 month wait for either the dual-motor non-performance or rear-wheel drive variants. Performance models are quoting a 2 to 4 month wait at this time. Obviously, we still have no time frame on standard battery models, other than statements that it will be late this year or early next. This is a significant event because while you will experience a longer wait than Model S or Model X to receive your car if you were not a reservation holder, this officially makes the Model 3 a normal part of Tesla's offering. The long-awaited announcement of the Chinese Gigafactory has finally been announced. Electrek has the story, reporting that Gigafactory 3 will be built in Shanghai, as has long been rumored. Tesla is expecting construction to begin, quote, in the near future after we get all the necessary approvals and permits, end quote. Tesla is projecting about 2 years until the start of production for vehicles, and another 2 to 3 following that for the factory to ramp up to its full intended capacity of 500,000 vehicles per year. Tesla's spokesperson made sure to reiterate that this effort would not affect production at Fremont and Gigafactory 1. The only question in my mind is how in the world Tesla pays for this factory to be complete in 2 years. The facility will surely cost in the billions, and Tesla has yet to show a profit. While I'm certainly expecting a profit next quarter, building a factory costing billions will be a big hit to that, if not an outright showstopper. This is absolutely working at cross purposes with the company's stated goal of achieving profit in Q3 and Q4. Tesla has said it has no need to raise funds, but if they intend to complete this factory as stated, I really don't know how else they can. Let me know what you all think. Am I off base or on target here? Moving on to further news on the Model 3 ramp, Elon tweeted out progress on the Model 3 test fleet. After Ryan McCaffrey, host of Ride the Lightning, tweeted at Elon asking about performance production, Elon had a pleasant answer for everyone waiting to get a shot behind the wheel of Tesla's newest performance car. Quote, should be very soon. We've already made around 100 Model 3 performance cars for test drives in stores, end quote. I am really torn on scheduling a test drive for Model 3. I really want to drive one, but I literally have zero interest in buying one now that I have EV. I think I'm going to refrain from doing so, as other folks that either intend to buy or don't know anything about the car have more need to do so than I do. So, for those of you out there that will get to take that drive, have fun. Lastly tonight, we get to talk tax credits, both US and Canada. As you all know, I hate ending the show on bad news, but it's super important to many people, so here we are. Let's start with what is probably the worst news, and that is out of Ontario. Ontario EV buyers have had the proverbial rug pulled out from under them, as the credit has been ended effective July 11th. Trevor over at Model 3 Owners Club has some further information. Eligible vehicles that have been delivered to customers, registered and plated on or before July 11th will receive the incentive. Also, inventory that dealers have on lots or orders made by dealerships with manufacturers on or before July 11th will also be eligible, but the vehicle must be delivered to consumers registered and plated by September 10th. Lastly, the charging incentive program suffers the same fate, effective the same date. If you installed a charging station prior to July 11th and submit an application within 60 days of July 11th, you can still claim the credit. This, unfortunately, leaves Tesla buyers in the dark because of the inventory and dealer language. Further south, Tesla has updated their incentive page for the U.S., now showing various end dates for the federal tax credit. Based on the data, Tesla hit the limit in July as expected, meaning that the full credit will be available for customers taking delivery in 2018. The credit then drops in half through the end of June 2019, and then drops by half again through the end of 2019 when the credit is completely discontinued. As I reported to you earlier, there's legislation afoot to modify this, but as of now, there is no update on the status of that legislation. You can check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're doing that, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks as always to the super patrons out there supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They are John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dory and Steve Guberman, Brennan Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morven Ogg, Blake Thompson, and Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz. If you can't support with dollars, be sure to show your love with positive reviews and subscriptions on YouTube, iTunes, and other services across the internet. That's going to be it for this week. If you have feedback for me, as always, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again next week. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.